What is stirring you? What is shaking things up at the moment? Is there a shake-up? Is there a shake-up for a wake-up? I can feel it. I'm sure you can too. And if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It doesn't matter. It's just one perspective on infinite potential. So we are live streaming live from the Hotel California today, and for the next few days, even a couple of weeks, we may be streaming from the car or weird and wild and wonderful places. But today we are talking about what stirs you. So namaste, welcome everyone. This is day number 252 of 365, A Life of Bliss. 365, one quote every day from the book, A Life of Bliss, a Living Transmission. Channel through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers Ananda, here to assist us humanity in remembering who we are and why we are here. And today we're asking the question, what stirs in you? What is stirring? What is alive? What is becoming alive? What is getting shaken up? What is crumbling and what is coming through? It definitely feels there's a theme of transformation, of transition, of moving into a new season. I like this idea of seasons and connecting more with the earth as she moves through our seasons, we move through our seasons. And so we're live streaming live every day, multi-streaming on all sorts of platforms. If you're joining live, let us know in the comments. If you're on replay, let us know at 1 minute 44 seconds. You're a cosmic time traveler in this now. And we'll get right into the quote for day number 252. So we're still on chapter 20. Feel these words now. See what stirs within you. Remember why you have drawn them to you in the way that you just have. This stirring, this remembering, this awakening is so that you may become all you have chosen to become. So that you may see through the illusion and not be overcome by the illusion. You will use this illusion for the purposes for which you created it in the first place. For you are always in the first place. You cannot lose. You are the first place that has no second. You are in the first place no matter how it seems. You are in that first place. You are in that placeless first place. And so we're invited today, as always, to come back to simplicity and come back to the core of self, the core of awareness, the core of being. At 333, oh my God, man, 144 and 333. We come back to the core of being, the core of self, the core of who you are. And that is unchanging. No matter what appears, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, the body rises, the body falls, the expression in front of you appears, it disappears, it rises, it falls, it comes, it goes. There's something stable that always stays. When all the dramas have been playing out and all the storylines have been playing out, and there's lots of, you can feel this like this shift, there's this stirring, there's a stirring, and there's this spiraling. And we spiral into experiences and we spiral out of them during our seasons. And we might spiral back to that one again, and it'll be in a different place. It'll be in shifting ever higher, ever grander, ever expanded. And higher is not better. It's just higher perspective, more awareness of what is always already here. And so there is a stirring at the moment. It's the invitation, and the question is, what is stirring within you? What is stirring you and what is stirring within you? And there's a time of great potential here. And there's a time if you try and hold on to the old, you try and hold on to the way it was, you try and hold on to continuous like patterns, repeating patterns, we can bring this residue, we can bring this backpack of the past into our new season. This is, animals don't have this, nature doesn't have it. When the time comes for this, we can't see it now. When the time comes for the tree to drop its leaves, it drops its leaves. It doesn't say, oh, I want to hold on until springtime. It would be so nice to have these leaves over the winter. No. When the time comes, the tree drops the leaves. When the fruit is ripe, it drops off the tree. Humans, curious beings, we have the ability to carry something that has finished, like at 555. Just look at what is called the so-called food that is in supermarkets and malls that lasts 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's one good example. Something that is like nature has provided in a certain time and a certain ripeness and a certain perfection of when it's right for the body, it's right for the being. And humans, curious little beings, do some sort of craziness to it and add some chemicals and do whatever we can do and make that thing that usually whatever it's in season, you eat it, but now you can buy it in 2024 and maybe still eat it in 2028 or something. I don't know. We can hold on to these things because we, curious as we are, it's an incredible gift that humans have. We have the gift of metacognition. We can think about what we were thinking about. We can be aware of what we're aware. We can choose what it is we make every moment mean. We can choose to experience ourselves as one thing today and another thing tomorrow. We can choose to see and experience life in whatever way we so choose. But the backpack of the past that is picked up as the human moves through this dream of time was never designed to be a backpack. It was designed to be, again, a contextual field. Everything is a contextual field, but experiences. So I have an experience, I do something that hurts someone or hurts myself. The backpack of past is not for like holding that with me, but it is for informing my now. Let's say I do something to hurt someone, or I do something to hurt myself, or we do something that if we chose again, we would choose differently. So that's what the backpack of past is. It's just to leave a residue of, okay, I had this experience, I did this and that, and this was the result. Okay, now I can choose possibly to act another way. But humans are also the only curious little species in this nature that will make a mistake and punish themselves infinitely for it. An animal makes a mistake, whatever it happens to be, they do it once. They never do it again. If something happens, they learn from it straight away. Whereas humans have this ability to get stirred and stirred and stirred and keep going back to the same pattern, the same people, the same thing. And then you'll run away from certain problems and you'll run away from certain people. And then what happens? You'll get another mask, and that being will just reflect the same thing to you. Because we're holding on to the backpack of the past rather than using, how could we call it? Rather than a backpack, it's just something that's there in awareness. The backpack is, oh, I'm carrying this, I'm carrying all my summer stuff into the winter season. Whereas just the awareness, these experiences have informed my consciousness, revealed to my soul in the human connection, the human awareness of what human experience is. So if a certain thing happens, these were the results. I liked them, I didn't like them, I can choose differently in the future or not. And so what has been called today is what is stirring within you now, and what is being cycled out of your life. What are you being called to let go? And so as we're invited to this, it's important to be gentle, to be compassionate, to be patient, and not just be like throwing away or pushing away or fighting against. If you feel you're feeling rejected, or you're feeling lonely, or you're feeling excited and you just want to go head first into the new thing, Stay present, stay aware, stay clear, be aware as awareness itself, that which never changes. Because again, the seasons, as amazing that metaphor is, the awareness doesn't have seasons. Who we are doesn't rise and fall, come and go, isn't bound by male, female polarities. It's the awareness that sees it all appearing. And so we talk continuously in paradox here. And it's funny, I get some comments. You know, if you want to comment in these videos, you're going to have to, or anything that I post, you're going to have to constantly be open to paradox. Because non-duality is impossible to speak of. As soon as you speak of non-duality, it's not non-duality. But we are coming from that space of we are all one. There is only this. There is only what is appearing to happen is just what is appearing to happen. It's momentary, temporary. And we feel emotions. And I fall and cut my toe. And we feel connection with people. And we feel separation. These are simultaneous truths. And if, you hear what's shared here and you take one of those, they're always going to be paradoxical, and one will seem to contradict the other. If you're not able to be in paradoxical thinking, this place is not for you. So, and that's fine. But if you want to debate in some way, debate is for the mind. You either feel it in your heart or you don't, and that's perfect. So feel it in your heart or don't. If it resonates, it resonates. If it feels true, it feels true. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So this is what's stirring in me. When I woke today, what was stirring was just go and be the fullness of you. Just go and live the fullness of you in every way and every level. And I haven't completely done it yet. But this, when I'm sharing here, that's what it is. We had a little bit of a move today, so we didn't get completely there. So what's stirring in us and me, and this one, is definitely movement, is shift, is transformation, and being like Ananda share in the book, like treading lightly, like not holding tightly to anything, not being, not identifying with a belief system, an identity, whatever it happens to be. Keep yourself neutral. Stay with what is true to you, because no one can tell you your truth. No one can ever, some people will try and tell you your truth. I get people telling me my truth all of the time. It's hilarious over the years. Your truth is your truth. And they're all relative truths. My truth is my truth, your truth is your truth. Allow yourself to be so secure in your own knowing of your truth. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. It doesn't matter, because I just share exactly as I am all the time. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to, there's no mask. I show up. A few days ago, I was going through a really dark moment, literally just before the video. I share it. I don't hide anything. I don't have to be someone. It's like, this is a spontaneous flow. I don't have to, there's no script. There's no way, oh, I have to be this way when I'm on it. I'm here, and everything I share, everything that I'm doing is always how I am in the moment. And it's always been, I called it sometimes, this is my own little impersonal therapy. And I share it live, and I've been doing it for years. And sometimes people love it, and sometimes people get massively triggered by it, and sometimes people get inspired by it, and sometimes people get pushed away by it. But I am who I am, and I share who I am, and nothing will ever change that, because I spent a lifetime trying to fit into other people's ideas and being a chameleon and trying to please people. I was a chronic people pleaser. And I thought if I could just fit in, I will be liked. And I thought if I could just make these people like me, or I can fit into this group. I don't have a group. I don't have a human group. I have many beings that I love, and they come and they go. And I love all beings. But I no longer will try to change myself in some way because it is sometimes received or sometimes not. I am who I am, and I'll continue to share who I am. The highs, the lows, the dark, the light. And again, there's no editing, there's no filtering. We don't edit anything here. So that's what's stirring within me. I want to hear the quote again because I just can't remember what it was. I only remember the title because it says what stirs in on my screen here. So let's see if I have diverged a lot from that quote. Feel these words now. See what stirs within you. Remember why you have drawn them to you in the way that you just have. This stirring, this remembering, this awakening is so that you may become all you have chosen to become. So that you may see through, wow, that was exactly what it was coming to me this morning. So that you may see through the illusion and not be overcome by this illusion. I think we didn't touch on this part. You will use this illusion for the purposes for which you created it in the first place. For you're always in that first place. You cannot lose. You are in the first place that has no second. You're in the first place no matter how it seems. You're in that first place. You're in that placeless first place. So I think it's good to clarify. The illusion, the matrix, is created by each individual being. We're in relative reality for anyone that wants to talk paradox. I cannot narrate when I am speaking as non-duality, which is impossible, and relative reality. Again, you'll either get it or you won't, you'll feel it or you won't. So the illusion is relative reality. The illusion is created by each being. There's kind of an idea that there's this one matrix and everyone's bound in this one matrix. There is one earth, there are many worlds. That's a good way of looking at it. Everyone is in their own self-created matrix. And so the negative connotation of that is we're in a matrix or you're being controlled, the AI thing, which again is a relative truth. Humans and this AI is, as soon as I say AI, this will probably start disappearing, let's say. But that's usually what happens when you talk rascal talk. So the illusion is created for the purposes of a contextual field, not for something to control you, manipulate you. But whenever we believe ourselves to be a little separate me, a little poor me, that can be controlled, that can be manipulated, that can be, and believe, I know well, the technology that is used by this artificial intelligence is very powerful, and I have experienced what it can do and how it can implant thoughts and implant emotions. You've seen it in the last few years, how it was used. But awareness can never be hurt, harmed, created, destroyed, manipulated, coerced. The person, the little me, the belief in separation can continuously be. So if we're always coming back to awareness, I can be aware of the little me getting caught up in his illusion. And every single day of life, awareness, I'm able to see when Martin falls off the bike, when Martin forgets everything that is shared here, when Martin doesn't know what is known. But I'm able to see that. And I'm able to have self-compassion sometimes and just be okay. Be okay that I forgot again. Be okay that I didn't get it right. So it happened again. So as soon as you mention the word AI, the people that were on live, because I can actually see who's the people's on live now, it just drops instantly. It's fun because we're literally using an AI platform to do this. It's fun. So the illusion is each one is creating their own illusion for the purposes of their own contextual field, not for control. And there was one last part. I wanted to touch on that last part. Oh yes, the first place, just clarifying first place. That first place has nothing to do with being first in a race or being the best at something. Just to clarify that, that language is used not in a earthly human way where there's better or winners and that sort of thing. So just to clarify that, it does say that it's the first with no second. And what that means is you're the primary awareness before all of the secondary things that appear. everything is secondary to primary awareness. And so the first that has no second, see, it always goes into paradox. The first that has no second, it means the second is a dream of the first. Second, the relative reality doesn't have a reality outside of the dream of the one that we are, the truth that we are, the wholeness we are. So allow yourself to drop back into that first place, that place before, that's previous to thoughts, that's previous to this body, that's previous to traumas, that's previous to identity, it's previous to what I want and what I don't want, and dislikes and likes and striving and craving. And honor the human, and honor the imperfect perfection of the human, and honor when you forget everything, and honor when you cannot remember everything that you remember when you're in an ashram, and you don't act the way the way you know is in your highest interest or in the highest interest of others. Be self-compassionate, be open, be allowed, but be yourself, be truthfully you, be fully you, no matter what. Because if you dim yourself or dull yourself or try to fit yourself into another's box, you become that box. Life is meant to be expressed fully, and each of you and each of us have a unique divine blueprint that is waiting to be expressed. And if that's tried to be expressed through another's template, it's going to be diminished, it's going to be distorted, it's going to be not you. And we coexist and co-create and collaborate in community by being fully ourselves, not by being like others. There's unity in diversity. And so bless those who push your buttons, bless those who trigger, bless those and those experiences and circumstances that trigger and stir new seasons, and new reasons, and new blessings in your life. And allow everyone to follow their path regardless. This is what I intend. This is not always how it works out, but I accept myself as a perfectly imperfect divine being using a human body that's set up continuously to make you forget your divinity, set up continuously to make you less than who you truly are. Every single thing in this relative reality is calling you to separation. But what is calling you from within? What is calling you from within is that awareness, that knowingness, that which is aware of the rising and falling, the coming and going, the here and the there. So this is the contemplation for day 252. And now, as always, we're invited into a short sacred silence where we drop the contemplation, we drop the quote, we drop the ideas. The invitation is to drop any ideas that you hold about yourself. Name, form, gender, wants, desires, letting go of the past, letting go of the idea of future, letting go even of the idea of present, as we allow what is to be what is, as what is, in a short sacred silence. So thank you for joining this daily journey. 2 days in of 365, a whole year of quotes. If you're getting value from these transmissions, I invite you to please share them